You know that feeling of anxiety? It's like this spiral, right? This heavy weight you just can't seem to shake. Well, today, we're going to dive into a source that offers a really different perspective on finding peace, even when that spiral feels like it's taking over. Let's see what it has to say. I mean, it's a question so many of us have asked, isn't it? Why does it feel like a literal, physical weight on our shoulders? Our source gets this, and it actually kicks things off by digging right into that very question. And right away, the source reframes this whole thing. It suggests this isn't some new modern problem, and it's definitely not a personal feeling. It's just a deeply human condition. The point is made that throughout Scripture, God is constantly speaking to fearful hearts for a reason, because he knows how easily fear can take root in us. All right, so let's dig into that. Let's start by really trying to understand that overwhelming feeling. What does the source say are the triggers, the things behind this heavy weight we all feel? Well, the source breaks it down into three really common roots. First, that feeling of just being completely out of control. Second, trying to carry way too much all by yourself. And third, that deep, nagging fear of the unknown. Yeah, I'm willing to bet at least one of those hits home for a lot of us, right? And this quote, man, it really gets to the heart of the source's whole response. It's not about shame for feeling anxious, not at all. Instead, it's about meeting that feeling with consolation, with real comfort. The message is one of empathy, never judgment. Okay, so if we know the problem is anxiety, what's the goal then? What are we even aiming for? The source suggests it's not just about making the anxiety vanish, but maybe it's about totally redefining what we think peace even is. And this is maybe one of the most important points the source makes. On one side, you have what we usually think of as peace, just the total absence of trouble. But the perspective offered here, it's completely different. It's about finding God's presence right in the middle of the trouble. So this peace, it's described as something that transcends all understanding. And what does that even mean? Well, it means it doesn't have to make sense on paper. You can have total chaos swirling around you, but this peace acts like a guard, protecting your heart and mind from all that turmoil. Right, so if this peace has nothing to do with our circumstances being perfect, where in the world does it come from? The source argues it's found in a sense of nearness, a closeness, even when everything feels chaotic. You know how anxiety works, right? It tells you this story that you're totally alone, that God is a million miles away. But the source just cuts right through that narrative with a simple truth. The Lord is near. It's a direct challenge to that lie of isolation that fear loves to tell. And that right there is the core of the whole promise. It's not a promise for a life free from anxiety. It's a promise of God's presence within it. The assurance isn't, hey, you'll never face trouble. It's when you do, I am with you. That shift in focus, it changes everything. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but what about in the moment? When your heart is racing, what do you actually do? Well, let's look at the actionable path this source lays out for us. A way to turn from the feeling of anxiety to the action of prayer. The source gives us a really clear, step-by-step process here, and it's pulled right from Scripture. Step 1, acknowledge it. Don't stuff it down or ignore it. Step 2, consciously turn to prayer. Step 3, and this one is so interesting, practice thanksgiving. Find something, anything to be grateful for. And then, step 4, present your requests. And it's really important we get this part right. Prayer in this context isn't about just pretending you're not anxious. It's an act of surrender. It's saying, this is too heavy for me, and then intentionally placing that weight into hands you trust to be safe. So this whole idea of surrender, it leads us to our final big theme from the source, a personal invitation to rest. And the key idea here, the real game changer, is that rest is something you receive, not something you have to achieve. The source makes this incredibly powerful point by looking at what Jesus doesn't say. There's no command to fix yourself or just be stronger. Nope. The invitation is so simple. Come to me. The burden of creating the rest isn't on you at all. And that right there, that is the fundamental shift in thinking. We spend so much time and energy trying to achieve rest, trying to create the perfect calm conditions for it. The invitation from this source flips that on its head. Rest isn't a prize you work for, it's a gift you just open your hands and receive. And this final blessing really just wraps it all up so perfectly. It frames peace not as something we drum up ourselves, but as a gift, given by the Lord of Peace himself, and it's available at all times and in every single way. So that leaves us with one last question to chew on. What if we've been looking at this whole thing backwards? What if peace isn't just another goal to chase, another item on our endless to-do list? What if, as our source suggests, it's all about who or someone we choose to trust?